guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited that you came back to watch today's video, and let's get into it. So in my first video, when I reorganized my design space and I moved a few things around on my desk, there are a few things that I still wanted to change, and today I'm going to be doing one of those. I'm going to be revamping these black picture frames. They're my degree frames. Degree frames. This guy right there. I have two of them, and I just don't really have any black in this room. So I was thinking about doing white originally because I just have like white accents in here. I also have this wood finish going on everywhere. So I think what I'm gonna do is show you how to revamp these frames, or any frames. You can use contact paper, and you can get it in pretty much, you can get in a lot of patterns. So the thing that I love about contact paper is that you can really just cover anything. Just get creative. I covered these shelves in contact paper because this matches my desk, and I just happened to find kind of the closest thing, and it matches pretty closely. And since it's not sitting directly on top of it, you really can't tell the slight difference. So I also covered another little floating shelf that I have. I think I'm going to cover the frames in this. It might be kind of like wood grain overload. I don't know. I think it's gonna be. I just really don't want to paint them white. You know what I have? No. I have a white marble contact paper, and I'm wondering if, let me show you. So I have this. This is really good quality marble pattern contact paper. And the reason that I have this one specifically, is because when we moved in here, I had like a vision. I had such a vision ready. I had like a whole vision board of my whole apartment and every room in the apartment without even knowing what like my apartment would look like. Because I was just really excited to have my first real place with Gio, my boo-boo. So, yeah, I had this vision, and I wanted white marble counters. So this is actually like super heavy duty, and it's made to cover counters. You have to use a heat gun like when you're going to apply it to countertops in the kitchen. So I will leave the link to this and the other contact paper if you guys are interested in buying it, and you can look through the other patterns that they have, or something close to it. I'm not sure if they'll still have this exact one, but yeah. So this is used on counters, and it had really good reviews. I don't remember what the cost was. Actually, I think it was around $20 for the roll, but it came with a good amount, and I was just willing to invest that to cover counters. In the end, I didn't end up using it because our landlord just seemed to like the way she had things, and I didn't want to even bother going through the work of putting this on if it's something that she wouldn't. I didn't even bother asking her if I could do it. She didn't want me to paint the kitchen walls. So at that point, I just didn't want to like mess with that. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I'm content with my kitchen. Kind of. It's like dark gray granite, but it's okay. I'm thinking, like, what if I use this to cover the frames instead? I don't have any white marble in here, though, is the thing. But I have like a lot of white stuff. My utility cart, like my printing station, white. My sewing machine is white. My mug is white. I have like a white paper clip thing over there. Like a white paper clip photo holder over there. I like using this to point. I have like white accents, but okay. Do I cover it in the white contact paper? I don't know. Let me get like a vision of what it'll look like. I went to FIT, guys, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. I'm a fashion designer. I specialized in children's fashion design. Anyway, sorry. The degree itself is, you can really see like the ring light in here, huh? The degree itself is like this cream color. I'm just wondering if that, oh, white? You know what? I think I'm just gonna do one in this and one in the wood. And whichever one I don't like, I'll just switch. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do it for you guys for the video. We'll see. I wish I could just ask you. But let me know in the comments which one you like better. Maybe I'll like take a vote afterwards and end up changing both of them to the opposite. No, probably won't do that. So I'm gonna get into this, all right? I'll show you how to do it. I'll let you know what you need if you wanna kind of copy this project. And yeah, let's go. So the supplies you'll need for this project are a pair of scissors. You'll also need a crafting knife, otherwise known as an X-Acto knife, a pencil, and your contact paper of choice. You'll also need something to press out bubbles with in the contact paper when you're applying. I would suggest using a putty knife or even a credit card. You also want a surface to cut on if you're not okay cutting directly on the top of your desk. So a cutting mat or even the back of a paper pad could work really well. So here I'm just laying out the contact paper and I'm making sure that the frame is laid onto it in the direction that it's going to, that I want the grain to go in. So this wood grain, I want it to go horizontally. So I'm just making sure that I'm setting it up in that direction. Now I'm just folding over the straight edge of the contact paper up until the point of the frame where it's going to end. And mine was about 2 inches. So I'm just taking my ruler here. It's already 2 inches wide. And I'm marking around the whole frame. By the way, if you are using contact paper that you already have and it doesn't have a straight, clean, flat edge to start with like I did, I would suggest just making a straight line and creating that flat edge so that you can fold it over and get that first measurement. So I've just rolled the contact paper in the opposite direction because it was curling a lot in the direction that it was folded in. And this just made it a little bit easier to work with. And now I'm just peeling back the contact paper to expose the sticky part. And I'm actually marking directly onto the sticky part. I'm marking my 2 inches on the side and on the bottom here. And it's going to create a corner so that when I'm ready to start applying the contact paper to the frame, I'm actually going to set the frame on top of the sticky part of the paper right at that corner. And I'm just going to use this as a guideline when I place the frame on top of the paper to get ready to start applying it. Now I'm just going around one more time with my 2 inches just to make sure that everything's all lined up. The saying goes, measure twice, cut once. And by the way, guys, I know I didn't put this ruler in the supplies list, but this is a ruler that I had from school. It's actually a great little tool to have, especially because it's transparent. It's 2 inches wide by 18 inches long, and I will leave a link to this in the description. Now it's time to apply the contact paper. So I'm just setting the frame onto that corner so you can see what I mean when I said that it was just going to create a guideline. And in the contact paper, you might notice that yours has bubbles in it before you peel off the sticker. Those will go away as you work the contact paper onto the frame. So I started covering my frame by peeling in a diagonal direction, and I soon realized that that was not the best idea. I had to peel the sticker off initially in that diagonal direction to line the frame up, but after that I should have just worked in a horizontal or vertical direction when applying the contact paper. So I just unpeeled it a little bit and I started working in that horizontal/vertical direction versus diagonally across the frame. So you can see that I've used my putty knife basically the whole way to guide the contact paper and release bubbles as I apply it. And whatever tool you're using, whether it's a putty knife or a card, you just want to make sure that you get as many bubbles out as you can. But sometimes it's hard to get the little bubbles out, so what I'm doing here is I'm using a pin to actually poke the small bubbles that I couldn't get out with the spatula. Once I poke it, I'll go back over that area with my spatula and it'll smooth out. It's just such a small prick of the pin that it doesn't leave any marks. Yeah, that's a little life hack into getting bubbles out of contact paper. Now I'm getting ready to fold the contact paper over onto the back side, so I'm just clipping in the corners to be able to fold them over. Now that I've smoothed out around the sides of the frame, I'm ready to fold over onto the back part. Once I reach the corner, I'm just folding it down at the angle of the frame and cutting that right off. I'm going to do that at all the corners to create a really seamless look. Now I'm just marking about 1 centimeter from the inside of the frame onto the sticky part of the contact paper. And I'm going to cut this out, and this is where I'm going to fold over onto that little black lip that you see that's left. Now I'm just taking my blade and I'm using that to cut that out and create really straight lines. Also keep in mind when you're cutting that it's always better to have a little extra in case you mess up, because you can always trim off, but you can't add on. Then I'm just going to cut in at the corners to be able to fold it over. So this inside of the frame wasn't sticking as well because that little lip, I think it was just a little more raw wood. So I just grabbed my hairdryer, and the heat actually helps activate the adhesive. So if you're having any trouble with the contact paper sticking, don't be afraid to pull out a blow dryer if you have one and just apply heat for a few seconds. You'll see it starting to get a little more flimsy and kind of more pliable. and yeah, it activates the adhesive so it just gets stickier and it sticks better. So I finally finished covering both frames, and this is what we have. Okay, so I finished the frames and I decided that I'm gonna go with, I'm going with the wood grain. Wood grain overload. I like it. I really didn't like the I didn't like the marble at all. Just no. The walls are spun cotton. So it's like a creamy white, and then the frame, the degree itself, as I said, is like a creamy color. The white was just like too white. It was almost like gray because, well, it's because of the gray marble. So it was just like washed out looking and didn't match anything in here. And I should have known that, to be honest. But anyways, I tried them both out, and I'm glad that I know at least. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the wood. So I'm just gonna take this off. By the way, guys, the contact paper that I get, like both of these, are removable. So that's why I was going to put the marble on the kitchen counters to begin with. I'm not just like covering up granite being crazy and like not able to take it out. I'm just gonna give you another little tour of my creative corner because I moved a few things around on the desk, and like I switched the placement of the printing station and the light because that was bothering me. So I know that in the last video, or my first video, I gave you the after. That's my first after. This is my next after. This is the after. Now it's just more of a vibe. Before I did the big like clean up and organization of the room, I just had too much stuff on the desk. Like I had too many decorations. I had that big glass head, which I mean that's a really cool piece. I just feel like it didn't go here anymore. I was kind of doing a thing. Like I had the hand, the articulate hand, and the head, and it's just like art. The hand's cool. I like the hand, the flower. So she's staying. She's staying. Oh, I do want to tell you guys that I have a lot of plans for this channel. I'm really excited. I want you guys to be excited. I do have ideas in the future for giveaways. I'm just excited to see where this goes, guys. Let your friends know. Ayo Crafty Co. Ayo Crafty Co. Ayo Crafty Co. Should that be my theme song? Should I make a theme song? I want to thank you guys again always for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed what you saw today. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will be posting new videos every week or two for right now. I'm trying to still get into the hang of YouTube. Never like done this before. So if you guys have any tips, just drop them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Love you all. Good night.